Okay, ma'am, it's already recording.
Yeah. So the materials that we will have for the MITAS that will be held next week start from the text having the title Banking on the Poor. Ya, titelnya atau topiknya adalah Banking on the Poor. And the next topic is that workaholicism. Dan yang ketiga topiknya adalah not Indians that I know. And the fourth topic, the reading text is that what can we learn from art? Okay. And the last topic, that is the fifth topic, is probationalism. Is that right? Oh, probationalism. First impression. Have you got all of the materials that you will have to prepare for the reading mid-test next week? Semua sudah dapat materinya? Have you got that, all of the materials? If you haven't got it, please check it on the KCR. Ya, nanti cek di KCR atau mungkin di WA group ya, atau nanti tanyakan ke Rahim kalau memang Anda belum punya. But those are the reading texts that you have got it. You have to get it because all of the test material for the test will be taken from this topic. Dari titel-titel itu atau topik bacaan itu akan saya ambil beberapa soal untuk soal MITAS. Oke, kita sekarang review sebentar untuk mempersiapkan ujian MITAS Anda. First thing first, we have the topic that is banking and the poor. Okay. How do we study? Bagaimana kita belajar membaca? First thing first, before you read the text, you have to look at the theories first. Yeah, teorinya dulu. First thing first, just read the title. Yeah, baca title-nya, and then you just read the theory first. Yeah, there are so many theories on the first week. Yeah, ada beberapa teori, but most of the theory related with the guessing meaning from the context. Bagaimana kita mendapatkan makna dari sebuah konteks, ya? And we have some abbreviation that can help us to know the meaning of the word that is from the context. For example, if you have got e.g., for example, i.e., that is, in other words, this abbreviation is a kind of definition for what the words comes before. Jadi teks itu sekaligus merupakan definisi sebuah kamus dari apa yang ada di dalam words di dalam teks itu sendiri. Ya, so don't open the dictionary because the mid-test will be held in about 1 hour, 1 jam nanti, and it is wasting time. It is that's wasting time. It's what is it? It's waktu yang sangat pendek, wasting time ya, to open the dictionary when you get the difficulty words on the text. Okay, so what I want you to do is that you read it first. You read it many times before you take the mid-test. Tolong dibaca berkali-kali sebelum Anda mendapatkan tes untuk minggu depan. Okay? So, the other ones that you have to give attention also for understanding the meaning from context is sometimes there are some explanations of the new word that what we call synonym. Yeah, a good writer will write the new words and will also give the synonym of the new words as well as. Orang penulis yang baik akan memberikan makna dari sebuah kata dengan menggunakan beberapa cara ya, so many ways to give the meaning of the reading of the words itself. One of them is that try to explain the new words by giving the synonym. Nah, jadi explanation dari sebuah kata baru itu diberikan dengan cara synonym. Okay, like for many people, there seem to be no escape from poverty. In other words, ini adalah sebuah indication that this is the synonym of the word poverty. Means that the poverty in this case that they are poor. Okay, so don't worry if you have got some words which you do not know what is the meaning. Don't worry, don't so upset, don't be so stressed, yeah. But just read it. Some new words will have what we call synonym. Ya, ciri-ciri dari sinonim ini ada e.g., ada for example, ada in other words, something like that. Okay. And the other one theory is that you have to, many words have clear definition. Definisinya bisa berupa sinonim, bisa berupa contoh, ya. So when you have got the example, so you can guess. You can, kan guessing, kan membaca itu guess. You can guess what is it, the meaning of the word. So you guess the meaning of the word from the example, from the synonym, from the antonym sometimes, and from the definition as well as, though you do not know what is the exact meaning, but you can still make an intelligent guess and not wasting time by going to the dictionary. Okay. So when you read the text, it means that you get the words and you look at the context and you guess and get the meaning. 4 tahap itu yang harus Anda perhatikan. First thing first, difficulty words, get the difficulty words. And the other ones that you have to look at the context, okay? And the third one that you have to guess. And the fourth one, to find out the meaning. Yeah, so in this case, a reader must have what we call has an intelligent guess, not wasting time by going to the dictionary. Saya pesankan sekali lagi, when you have the me test, don't open dictionary because the time is too limited. You don't have any time for opening the dictionary. That's why you have to read the text many, many times before you take the me test. Understand? Tolong dibaca sebelum tes ya, karena waktunya hanya 1 jam and we have 5 topic, 5 title. So when you have got the difficult dictionary, you open the dictionary, difficult words, you open the dictionary and or close, open it. No, this is not that. So you have to guess. But the guess here is what we call intelligent guess. Okay, do you have any questions so far? Ada pertanyaan dulu? Especially from the materials first week. Have you got any question so far? Okay, Hanif.
No question, ma'am.
No question. Okay. So this is the theory that you have to read it before you read the text. Okay, teorinya dibaca dulu. I believe that when you get the theories, you can get the meaning. You can guess. You have an intelligent guess what the meaning is. Though you do not know the meaning specifically, walaupun maknanya itu tidak spesifik, tetapi you get the meaning in general. That's it. It's enough for reading. Yeah, for reading, it's enough. You just get what is it, general idea or general meaning of the words. Okay, so this is Banking and the Poor, one material that you have to prepare for the mini test for next week. The second week, you have the text. What is it? Second week, workaholism. Okay, so here we are. We have another theory that help you to read the text, and help you to understand what is the message on the text. So just open on page 65 for the next topic. Okay, first thing first, you read the title, of course, ya. Baca dulu title-nya. Okay, and the other step will be the theory. The theory you have got in a PowerPoint, sudah dibuat PowerPoint ya sama Rahim untuk semua teorinya. You read that theory. And here we are for the second topic. How do we get the meaning for each word, for the message, for the reading text? Is that sometimes the structure of two sentences or clauses can help you understand the new words. Tadi sudah ada we have already discussed before. Abbreviation, synonym, antonym is very, very important thing that you have to look at, that you have to give attention much for understanding the meaning of the new words. And here we are for the title, the second title, I mean the topic number 2. There is one theory that you have to give attention also for understanding the meaning of the new words on the text. That is what we call parallel structure. What is parallel structure? Parallel structure is two sentences or clauses can help you understand the new words. Jadi dalam sebuah reading ada parallel structures yang berisi dua kalimat atau dua klausa yang bisa membantu Anda mendapatkan atau memahami new words on the text. And parallel structure, there are often synonyms. Tadi sinonimnya dengan abbreviation in other words, as the example, something like that, yeah. But here we are, the synonym is not in a words, it's not in a, what is it? It's the synonym here, that what we call parallel structure, is in a sentence, can be and corresponding words or can be opposites. Ya, tadi saya katakan bahwa pemaknaan kata itu tidak selalu berupa sinonim, tetapi bisa juga berupa opposites meaning. Okay, do you have any questions so far? Ya, untuk yang understanding reading structure, exercise 4, ya. As we have discussed before, maybe 2 weeks, last 2 weeks, yeah. For finding the main idea, you can read it on the first sentence of second or maybe third sentence of the paragraph. So each paragraph has what we call main idea, and one paragraph has one main idea. Itu harus Anda pegang betul ya. So one paragraph, one main idea. And the other sentences is just a kind of information, it's a kind of illustration, it's a kind of definition, sometimes a kind of emotion that the writer want to state on, that want to write on the paragraph. So though the paragraph is very long, don't be stressed, don't be upset. The paragraph is very long. It means that the reading text is difficult to understand. No, it's easy. But how do we get the meaning? First thing first, find the main idea. And when where the main idea is on the first sentence of the paragraph. Okay, and let's look at the exercise number 4. Coba pada title kedua tadi, workaholism. Sudah dibuka exercise 4? Understanding reading structure. Have you got that? Have you got that? Bartholomeus? Bagus? Hello, how are you? Bagus. Oh, Hanif? Hello? Baby?
I'm still looking for the material, ma'am.
Okay, on page 70. Would you please open it? Have you got that? On the title workaholism, there is a main idea of every topic, of every paragraph. And would you please rearrange. Tolong diatur kembali mana yang paragraf A, paragraf B, C, D, E, dan F, G. Where is it? Hanif, could you help me? Number 1, which paragraph is it? The advantages of workaholism. Just check it on the F paragraph. Itu adalah F paragraph ya. So, why do workaholics enjoy their job so much? There are several advantages to work, is that right? So this is the first sentence that stated the main idea of the paragraph. So paragraph 1, number 1 is F. Okay, that's it. Okay, Hanif, have you got that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Already found it.
Yeah. And number 2, what do you think? Feeling of normal workers about their jobs. Which one? How about B paragraph? By contrast, there are some people who actually enjoy work. In fact, they love to work. Is that right, Hanif?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, number 3. What do you think? Every paragraph on the text has what we call introduction and conclusion. Kalau Anda ingin tahu ya mudah sekali sebetulnya paragraf itu, paragraf 1 introduction, paragraf terakhir conclusion, itu sudah selesai. Tapi ya tengahnya ada apa ya, in the middle of the paragraph. So for number 3 is a definitions of work. Do you think so? Aha, bagus. Kok lama nggak dengar suara saya ya? Bagus? Bagus. How are you today? Aprilia, how are you today? Abby. Halo. Brilda. Ya, hari ini saya akan melakukan quiz ya. Kalau Anda bisa jawab pertanyaan saya akan saya tambah nilainya untuk ujian nanti. Kalau tidak ada jawaban ya sudah, kayak Hanif itu aktif, saya mungkin nanti bisa dapat B+ atau A+. No. Oke. Bartolomeus, paragraf nomor 3 itu apa itu?
A, ma'am.
Very good. G, nomor 4 apa? Ayo cepat. Saya catat tuh nama Anda yang aktif, nanti tambah nilai. 4, cepat. A test of the characteristic of workaholism.
G, ma'am. G.
Right? G, that's it. Number 5?
C.
G, very good. Number 6?
D, ma'am.
G, very good. Number 7?
E.
Okay. So this is what we call main idea of each paragraph. Would you please check it again and you read on the first, second, third sentence. And there is information about it. Tolong dicek lagi nanti di dalam teks. Informasi ini ada pada baris pertama, 2, dan 3. Lalu yang selanjutnya apa? 4 other sentences. This is not the main idea. This is just a kind of illustration. This is an example can be. This is a kind of information. This is a kind of emotion can be also for, of the writer that he wants to write on the paragraph. Okay. Do you have any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. And the third text that we will have for the mid test is that not American than in noun. That's it on the page 131. Please open it. Baca dulu titelnya. Jangan sampai Anda membaca titel. Don't do like that. So, not American idioms. Okay. Before read the text, because we are studying, we are learning about how to read well and efficiently and correctly. So first thing first, just read the theory first. Okay. Here we are. For the difficulty words, we have some tools, we have some ways to find the meaning of it. Because the definition on the text, I mean the difficulty words, usually after the verb be. Sesudah be itu biasanya selalu memberikan definisi terhadap kata yang ada di depan be. So a definition can be after be, after the verb be. What is it be? Verb be is MR was word. And commas, dashes, parentheses. And some connecting words that is, in other words, that is, and so on. So this thing is very small thing on the reading text, but we know that it's very usable and it's very important thing for us to help us to understand the meaning of the text itself, I mean the difficulties. So maybe before you learn about that, before you understand that, maybe you do not read, you do not give attention to this. But now you have already understood that these things, simple, these things, yeah, is very, very helpful for us to help us to understand the meaning of the text itself. I mean the difficulty words, ya. Tolong perhatikan, hal yang kecil-kecil sekali itu sangat membantu dalam membaca. Dan sinonim kembali saya tekankan, kemudian clauses, negative clauses, tadi kan ada parallel structure dan ada negative clauses kadang-kadang itu dengan ciri but, yet, however, on the other hand, by contrast and although. Jadi dengan parallel structures, dengan abbreviation, dengan apalagi ini tadi, dengan small things like dashes, parentheses, connecting words, yeah, synonym, explanation of the new vocabulary items. That's really very important that help us to understand what the message on the title, on the topic itself, what the writer want to read, to write on the topic itself. Yeah, like example here. Number 3, number 3 exercises. The earliest people to live in North America were the ancestors. So what is the ancestor here? That's it, of Indian groups today. What is lah, kan ada word di sini to be. Jadi word to be ini adalah sebuah explanation tentang kata-kata yang datang sebelumnya. Jadi ada the eldest people were the, and mudah sekali. So the earliest people is the ancestor. Understand that? Jadi to be itu sangat membantu kita di dalam pemahaman makna ya, karena ya itu memberikan definisi to be itu. Indians who kill animals for food were hunters. So who hunters is Indians who kill animals for food. Okay. That's it. So you have to give attention for something, small things on the text that help us to understand what is the meaning of the text itself. Okay, do you have any question so far? Kalau Anda tidak tahu maknanya juga, mungkin sudah stuck ya, masih bingung juga, salah satu cara juga dengan menggunakan part of speech, itu bisa juga membantu kita untuk memahami sebuah makna baru dalam kata sulit. Part of speech is kategori kata. So part of speech can be noun, verb. You know well that in English we have the formation will have the suffixation on the part of speech. Ya, nanti kita bicarakan lagi. Okay, do you have any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Kemudian yang ketiga adalah, 4 adalah taste and preference. Page 163. Baca dulu topik pertama sambil bawa coret-coret ya, bawa pensil ya. So when you have got the main idea, you keep underline for that, so that you know what is talking about every on the text. What can we learn from art? Yeah. What can we learn from an art? Kalau Anda ingin tahu secara cepat apa yang dibicarakan di dalam teks itu, salah satu triknya seperti di dalam TOEFL test. Because on the TOEFL test, the time is too limited. It's impossible for us to read all of the text. Don't you think so? Siapa yang sudah pernah ikut tes TOEFL? Bagus.
Yes, ma'am.
Ya, sudah pernah ikut tes TOEFL ya? Reading test ya. What do we do? What do you do for the reading test TOEFL? Do you read all of the texts on the TOEFL test?
No, ma'am. I just read the topic sentence, and then
Huh?
I just read the topic sentence, and I
Uh-huh.
just read the sentence that is related to the question.
Okay, to guess, okay? So just you have intelligent guess, okay? That's it. If you want to know the reading text, that's it. One trick and tip for it. First thing first is that read the question first. Ya, kalau Anda ingin tahu secara general apa yang dibicarakan di dalam teks itu, setelah membaca title, baca pertanyaannya dulu. Di dalam pertanyaan itu selalu mengacu pada teks. Sehingga Anda tahu in general. We believe that when you read the question, though you do not know what is the answer, that's okay. You can get maybe 10%, 5% idea for the text of the text. Understand that, Bayu? Okay, Bayu? Bayu, Bagus, sorry. Bayu. Bagus?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
So you just read the question and answer. So after that, you come back to the paragraph for each text. And here we are, the theory for it. Okay, sometimes you need to see a word in several different forms of a context before you can guess the meaning. That's it. What we call part of speech. Because in English, we have part of speech, which is very important thing for us to understand the meaning also. For understanding the meaning of the words, we can understand it from the different forms. And after that, you have to look at the different forms on the context. Once again, I just stated that you do not know, you don't find the meaning of the new words in isolation. Kemarin saya tekankan begitu di dalam kelas yang kemarin. So you have every time look the meaning from the context. If you just look the meaning from in isolation, it means that the meaning is not really having relation with the sentence. So it's the example in a Google translation. You know that every word translate word by word, yeah, and no relation with the context. It means that it doesn't have what we call sense of language. Tidak ada rasa bahasanya. Kenapa ya mesin itu begitu? Do not have a sense of language. Karena mesin tidak belajar bahasa. Mesin hanya memasukkan program, terjemahkan, disambung begitu saja kan, related. But as a linguist, orang ahli bahasa, it has what we call sense of language, punya rasa bahasa, sehingga terjemahannya itu lebih bagus daripada terjemahan pemahaman makna dari sebuah words. Okay, that's why itu yang menjadi alasan kenapa makna dalam translation, dalam machine translation is not appropriate, it's not good, ya, because it's only a machine, not a linguist. Do not have what we call sense of language. Itu permasalahannya. Maka kalau terjemahan manual itu lebih mahal daripada terjemahan yang translation, Google or machine translation. Okay, so here we are. Again, the guessing meaning from a context, you have to find out the meaning from the context. It means that you have to consider what comes before, what sentence before, what words before, and what words after, what sentence after. Okay, and it is also helpful, it's also important that you know what parts of speech of the words. Like exercise number 2, you have to find out the part of speech of every words, and then you get the meaning of it. Yeah. Okay. Ya, untuk exercise 6 Anda sudah melihat di 172 itu ada beberapa ada beberapa informasi tentang main idea pada setiap paragraf, okay? And you just check it on the paragraph, on the text, which one is talking about decoration, which one is talking about ceremonies to influence spiritual powers, and etc. This is what we call reading structure. Yeah. Okay, do you have any questions so far? Have you already read all of the text? Sudah dibaca teksnya?
Sudah, ma'am.
Yeah. By the way, have you got any problems? Based on the theory that we have already discussed, have you got any problems?
Yes, ma'am. Sometimes the main idea of each paragraph is in the last of the sentences.
Very good. You got it? You got it? Are you?
Yes.
Yes. So not mostly, not mostly, tidak semuanya. Sometimes the main idea is on the last paragraph. So you have to identify which one is the, what is it? The main idea, which one is just a kind of illustration. Itu harus Anda latih betul ya. Mana ilustrasi dan mana yang menjadi pokok pembicaraan. Karena kadang-kadang kita terjebak pada illustration as the main idea. That's it. Itu yang menjadi permasalahan. That's it. So you just read all of the paragraph, and then you can identify which one is the main paragraph and which one is just illustration. Anda bisa melihat identifikasinya kalau ada kata for example, for instance, itu sudah merupakan informasi, tidak merupakan main idea. Main idea tidak pernah ada for example, in other words, and then for instance, ya, itu tidak pernah begitu. Itu selalu merupakan indikasi bahwa itu adalah illustration atau example for what it is talking about on the main first sentence, on the main idea of the paragraph. Thank you. Ayu, any other questions so far?
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am.
Is it?
Yes. Are you lucky, ma'am?
Huh?
So
Yeah.
when I found the main idea in each paragraph, so there is a initial like in summary to sum up kayak gitu kan, berarti itu diikuti dengan the main idea kan, ma'am?
Iya, betul.
Iya, ma'am.
Yeah, in summary, in sum up itu sama dengan the synonym, is that right? The synonym of what is it talking about in the main idea. Ya, kan ada indikasi-indikasi yang menentukan bahwa itu bukan main idea. Main idea selalu diterangkan dalam kata-kata yang kalimat yang sederhana, stated on the first paragraph, on the first sentence, or on the last sentence. Okay, Ayu? Are you?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Any other? Okay. Any other questions so far? Bagus, is that clear enough? Do you have any problems when you read the text? You have already taken the class.
Yeah, well, I think
Bagus. Bagus.
this is not really a problem, ma'am, but just I think I just have to get used to it. I mean, guessing the meaning, guessing the context, and something like that. So I just have to keep practicing.
Okay. Yeah, you have to practice it a lot, of course. And now you know well how to read well. Is that right, Bagus? Sekarang Anda sudah tahu bagaimana membaca dengan baik dan benar dengan melihat hal-hal yang kecil di dalam sebuah teks. Ya. Though maybe before you don't give attention for it, but now you have to give attention for it too, every words in the text. So first thing first, when you read the words and the other ones find the difficulty words, and then the other ones is that you do the intelligent guess. I mean, first thing first, difficulty words, and the second one, context, and then the third one is that intelligent guess, and then the other steps, the next is the meaning. Itu yang harus Anda lakukan. Difficulty words, context, intelligent guess, and meaning. Itu saja 4 hal yang harus Anda kerjakan dalam membaca. Dan konteks ini sangat banyak sekali kan, harus Anda perhatikan. So the context here is very, very, so many context, vision, synonym, antonym, is many. Okay, is there any questions so far? What do you think? Is it clear enough? Ya, saya harapkan membaca menjadikan sesuatu habitual action, which is not make you depressed, stress, something like that. Saya minta setelah kuliah membaca ini menjadikan sebuah action yang menarik dan ya sesuatu yang menarik ya, karena and strategy for the next title, first impression ya. Oke, sudah dikatakan begitu bahwa the first sentence of the paragraph is not always. Ayu ya, not always. Ayu mana tadi kok tiba-tiba?
Hello, Bu. Yes.
Not always ya, not always in the first sentence of the paragraph. Sometimes on the last sentence. That what we call from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top. Itu saja Ayu teorinya, dari atas ke bawah atau dari bawah ke atas. Okay. Dan kemudian for the other sentences is a kind of giving examples or details, and the other one is expanding, and the other one is expressing what the writer wants to write. Expressing here is a kind of emotion that the writer wants to write it on the paragraph. Okay, kemudian kembali saya katakan bahwa understanding the difficulty with it means that you look at the context and you do intelligent guess and you find out the meaning of the words. This meaning from context. I never say that difficulty words and then difficulty words and context, intelligent guess, and then after that, you have already is still unclear. And then what do we do? Read the sentence before the word. If necessary, read the whole paragraph. Then go back and try to understand the word again. You read it again. Sentence before, the word before. If it is possible, the paragraph before, so that you can understand what is it, the meaning of the difficulty words is. Okay, then go back and try to understand the word again. Oke, jadi caranya membaca adalah membaca yang sebelumnya, membaca kalimat, kata, lihat kata sebelumnya, sesudahnya, begitu terus. Jadi seperti penari ya, saya pikirkan metafora dari seorang membaca adalah penari. Mata kita tuh lari kemana-mana, bisa seperti tari kecak itu ya, tari apa? Tari Bali ya. Itu oke, bagus, betul. Dari mata kita tuh kemana-mana bisa mendapatkan meaning dari sebuah kata yang ingin. Ini adalah sufiksasi, harus Anda hafalkan juga, ada pengerti bukan hafalkan, ada able, or, and, air, it, pemahaman sebuah kosakata baru. Oke. Dan untuk compound words, triknya adalah Anda harus break down the words, and then once again, after you break the words, you have to you look at the smaller parts of the words, and you come back on the konteks, kembali pada konteks, jangan dipecah satu-satu, diartikan satu-satu. But you look at the context again, you do what is the meaning of it. Ya, inilah yang menjadi bahan bacaan nanti. Oke, for main idea of the paragraph itu juga sudah dikatakan di sini. Apa ya? Ya, ada pertanyaan dulu? Silahkan bertanya. Do you have any question? After this class? Ada kelas? Setelah kelas ini?
Ada, Mem.
Ayu ada kelasnya? Ada ya?
Iya, Mem. Ada, Mem.
Terangkan tentang pelaksanaan tes online ya.
Oke, Mem.
Tes online akan kita akan lakukan minggu depan dengan jadwal sama seperti Zoom kita hari ini. Yaitu saya undur jam 9 saja supaya tidak ada keterlambatan. Jadi ujian mitas jam 9 sampai jam 10. Oke. Bahan diambil dari 5 teks yang sudah saya berikan. Oke. Dan jenis-jenis pertanyaannya mungkin question and answer. Mungkin saya minta Anda mencari main idea. Mungkin saya minta Anda mencari meaning dari difficulty words. Maybe saya minta untuk mengatakan true or false. Something like that. Itu bentuk-bentuknya. So, what do we do? What do? You have to read the text and do the exercises on the text. Because all of the question will be taken from the exercises that you have already done it. Jadi kalau Anda tidak pernah membaca, it's impossible for you to do the mid-test because the time is too limited. Hanya 1 jam. It's impossible for you to read the text and to find out the main idea in for the text, 5 texts in 1 hour. To find the meaning, to find the main idea, to find everything on the text. Don't you think so? Begitu. Anda setuju nggak? 1 jam dengan mencari informasi di teks. Is it possible?
No, Mem.
Oh, that's why you have to read it before it. Read it for many times. Okay? And okay. Dikumpulkan pada hari itu juga pada 1 jam setelah Anda mengerjakan. Lewat email bisa, lewat Google GCR bisa, atau ya itu saja. Jadi ada media email dan kirim Anda supaya tidak ada keterlambatan di dalam mengumpulkan. Dan tolong disebutkan nomor dan nama mahasiswa Anda secara lengkap. Jangan menggunakan nama sandi email Anda. It's very complicated for me to check. Oke. Dan nanti 2 minggu akan saya berikan pengumuman tata cara dan pelaksanaan dari online class, MITES. online test untuk reading 4. And then the materials, I mean the test ya, will be uploaded on the KCR. Nanti Rahim bantu saya. Dan saya akan juga upload di dalam WA group. Pada jam 9. Jam 10 dikumpulkan. Oke. Jadi siapkan waktu Anda sebaik mungkin. Jangan mengerjakan apapun juga pada jam itu. 9 sampai jam 10 hari Selasa minggu depan. Akan saya upload di WA ya, WA group, juga di KCR. Silahkan Anda cek di mana. Dan langsung dikerjakan, langsung di-send ke email saya atau ke KCR. Satu lagi yang penting, tidak ada ujian susulan, kecuali Anda ada surat dokter menyatakan bahwa ada yang sakit. Okay, is there any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
Is it clear enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so time is too limited, is that right? Remember that. The time is too limited, it's just 1 hour. That's why you have to read the text before you get the test. Itu yang saya pesankan, waktu sangat pendek. It's impossible for you to understand all of the text in one hour because you do not just read the text, but you do the exercise. You write the answer, the question that I would like to ask you, and then also stated the main idea, what is it on each paragraph, something like that. So it's impossible, really impossible for you to read the text only 1 hour. That's why what I want you to do is that read the text for many times before you take the test. Okay, untuk exercise tidak usah dikumpulkan, those not submitted. I believe when you do the exercise, you will have the best grade on the test. Saya percaya latihan yang bagus akan menjadikan nilai yang bagus untuk anak. I believe it. Okay, thank you very much. If you don't have any questions so far. No question.
No, ma'am.
Nanya, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Oke, kalau mau mendengarkan YouTube-nya nanti akan dibantu oleh siapa tadi? Hanif ya, Hanif sudah merecord, nanti akan dibuat YouTube sama dengan Rahim dan akan diupload di WA Anda. WA group ya.
Ma'am, so ma'am, last question, ma'am.
Oke, what's it?
Apakah besok itu di tes itu ada summarize, ma'am?
Oh, ya, belum sampai ke summarize karena ya. Jadi belum ada reading structure, belum ada summarize. Jadi hanya question and answer, stated true or false, meaning words, and then main idea of each paragraph. Itu dulu. Nanti summarize pada final exam dan structure.
Thank
Okay,
you, ma'am.
thank you. Ayu, ya. No question? No question? Bibi, jangan lupa absen ya, semuanya ya. Okay, if you don't have any question, just study hard. If you want to get the best of the best for the reading 4, and stay healthy and say bye-bye. See you next week. Nggak ada Zoom minggu depan ya.
Thank you.
Minggu depan ada, ya, minggu depan ada Zoom, langsung Anda buka WA, grup atau buka KCR untuk jam 9. Langsung dikerjakan, setelah itu upload di submit di email saya atau di KCR.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. See you
Okay, ma'am.
next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Have a nice time. Have a nice day.
Ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. See you.